From the very first moment that I laid eyes on Erriyon Knighton, I knew I hated the kid. I knew I didn't like him. Let's go back. 2021, the semifinals of the Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon. Erriyon Knighton running in the semifinals, comes across the line, points at the clock, run 1988. Runs 1988, breaks the world junior record, 17 years old. They're comparing him to Usain Bolt, saying that he was faster than Usain Bolt was at the same age. Everybody made it seem like Erriyon Knighton was the best thing since sliced bread. But he made me very, very uncomfortable. Let me tell you why. Because after the race, instead of talking to the media, instead of getting the crowd excited, instead of, galvanizing the youth, what did he do? He ran quickly out of the stadium. He didn't stop for an interview. He didn't stop to soak it all in. He simply ran into the tunnel. At that moment, I knew that he was not ready. He was not ready for prime time. Subsequent to that particular race, he went on to the Olympics. He didn't medal. He got fourth. But he also gave some interviews in which he didn't sound very eloquent when he spoke. To me, he sounded like he was retarded. It made me uncomfortable. I was not ready to bestow the title of the next great phenom upon him. Yeah, he went and ran some fast times at some BS meets, 1949. But then came around the 2022 U.S. Championships. Once again, he's running a major, major great curve in the final. Gets out ahead of Noah Lyles. When Noah Lyles comes across the line and points at him, Erriyon Knighton doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything. He don't step to him. He don't say nothing to him. He went out like a straight lane. Subsequent to that race, just a few minutes later, while being interviewed, an interviewer asked him about how they felt to get pointed at by Noah Lyles. This is what he had to say.
How did it feel to have Noah pointing at you? Finish line. What was going through your mind when he did that?
I'm not answering. Next question.
What do you take from this?
That's so disrespectful.
So that's what he had to say. Instead of answering the question, instead of making it competitive, instead of making the incident into something exciting that track fans could look forward to, a rivalry, he told the interviewer he was being disrespectful by even asking a question. So it was at that moment I decided that I definitely had it out for this guy. I couldn't wait for him to mess up so I can have my opportunity to destroy him. Because y'all know how I feel about my enemies, y'all. Y'all know where I want my enemies to be and how I want their lives to proceed. I want them destroyed. I want them in jail. Or I want them off this planet. That's just how it is. And nothing in between. So 2023 was, almost uneventful for me when it comes to Erriyon Knighton. 2024 rolls around. I had the best news I heard in a very, very long time. Erriyon Knighton has tested positive. He tested positive for Trenbolone, and he had some stupid excuse that he came up with as the reason why he tested positive. And it was a pretty tired excuse. And, it followed a familiar pattern of a lot of these athletes getting caught in out of competition drug tests. They get popped up on because that's when the cheating happens. Only an idiot would test positive or cheat during the meet because you're being tested. When it comes to microdosing and when it comes to using drugs, they want to use drugs in between competition, let it clear their system in time so that when it comes to the meet, they're already nice and strong. They've used the drugs to train and recover. So they think they hell of a dudes. And plus, it was an Olympic year. So it was no surprise that he got caught using drugs. That's when everybody knows the money's on the line. That's the most important time that's the most important year for a track and field athlete, particularly. So when he got busted and they said he beat the case, I was livid. I was especially livid because, he was the world junior record holder in the 200. A young ninja named Isam Mazinga, who came just before him, who was the world junior record holder in the 100, doing a lot of great things, ran great indoors, had a lot of things lined up for him in 2023. He got busted in the same way in the out of competition test. Got busted using some drug that they said was on the ban list, and they suspended Isam Mazinga pretty quickly. He ended up getting 4-year suspension. 4-year suspension. So when they said that Erriyon Knighton beat his case, I knew right then and there that I had to take a stand. I had to reach out to the proper authorities. If you guys look at the videos that I made, I began to make videos and saying that they are going to catch him. I contacted the federal government. I contacted the AIU. I filed a report with the AIU. I took it upon myself to get rid of this guy. But there was a moment of hesitancy there. It was a point of me, people reached out to me and said, hey, look, man, this is a young black man. Don't try to destroy a young black man. He's just trying to do something positive for himself. Do not do this shit, this young black male. And I was on the brink of letting it all go until I saw who Erriyon Knighton's girlfriend is. Jamelyn Ash. Found out he's dating a snow bunny. When I saw that, that was the piano. The piano that broke the camel's back. And at that point, I knew I couldn't let it go anymore. So I made it my crusade, my personal crusade, to get rid of Erriyon Knighton. Y'all know I hate these track and field athletes. He wasn't good for the sport anyway. He wasn't exciting. He wasn't entertaining. He was boring. His interviews were trash. He wasn't doing anything to build the sport up. Remember that first day I told you? When I first paid attention to him at the semifinals of the Olympic trials, when he ran out of the stadium, I had been angry with Erriyon Knighton from that moment forward. So based upon that, I wanted him out of the sport. So no, I wasn't willing to let this stuff slide. He messing with the white girl. He got caught using Trembolone. He beat the case under suspicious circumstances. Isam Mazinga got banned. I had to get rid of Erriyon Knighton. So working in conjunction with the proper authorities, we were able to get his exoneration overturned. Now he's banned for 4 years. So a lot of people have been asking me, why, Mr. 100K a day? Why would you do something like this to a young man? A young man who's just trying to make a way for himself. And the reason why is because I can. I am the king of track and field. I am the king of track and field. And if you cross me, and if I don't like you, I want to see you destroyed. So he's gone now. He's gone. 4 years suspended. 4 years suspended. He'll be pushing 30 years old. Getting close to 30 years old before he's eligible to return. And I'm happy for that. Y'all got me to thank for that. I got a lot of enemies in track and field. A lot of enemies in track and field. A lot. And all my enemies this year have basically destroyed themselves or faced major calamity. And y'all know how I get down. I don't show no mercy to my enemies in track and field. I hate these athletes. They suck. They don't stand for anything. They don't promote the sport appropriately. Some of them do. So I have mercy on a few of them. I do. I got to admit that. I got mercy on a few. But for the most part, if you come in my way, if you come into the king of track and field's lair and you get in my way, I want you gone. I'm going to find a way to destroy you. I'm going to find a way to prey on your downfall. So that's the answer to this. So people ain't got to hit me up. Y'all watch this video now if y'all want to know why I am how I am and why I did what I did to Erriyon Knighton. And I was very successful in what I did to him. Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that, y'all. Mr. 100K a day. Till next time, y'all. Peace.
If you my track and field enemy, baby, shit, I want to destroy you, baby. I want